to step back in time again, this time to the 1950s and 60s. Picture this. The Cold War is in full swing, new nations are emerging from colonialism, and there's a buzz in the air about how to bring these countries into the modern world. That is where modernization theory comes in, the Westernization blueprint. In a nutshell, modernization theory suggests that there's a single linear path to development. It's like a ladder, and to climb it, countries need to adopt Western values, institutions, and technologies. Imagine democracy, capitalism, industrialization, and a healthy dose of individualism. The idea was that traditional societies were backwards and underdeveloped, while modern societies were the pinnacle of progress. So, the thinking went, if you want to develop, you just had to follow the Western model. Rostow's Stages of Growth, a step-by-step guide. One of the most famous proponents of modernization theory was Rostow, who outlined 5 stages of economic growth. Traditional society. This is the starting point characterized by subsistence agriculture, limited technology, and a rigid social structure. Preconditions for takeoff. Things start to shift with the emergence of entrepreneurs, the development of infrastructure, and the beginnings of industrialization. Takeoff. This is the exciting part, where economic growth becomes self-sustaining. There is a surge in industrialization, technological innovation, and investment. Drive to maturity. The economy diversifies and there is widespread adoption of technology and modern practices. Age of high mass consumption. This is the final stage where a country enjoys a high standard of living, a consumer-oriented economy, and a stable political system. According to modernization theory, all countries would eventually reach this stage if they follow the right path: the good, the bad, and the ugly. Like any theory, modernization has its strengths and weaknesses. The good: simple and appealing. It offers a clear roadmap for development which can be attractive to policymakers. Emphasis on education and technology. These are undoubtedly important factors in development. Success stories. Some countries like South Korea and Taiwan have followed a modernization-like path and achieved remarkable economic growth. The bad. Ethnocentric. It assumes that Western values and institutions are superior to all others. Oversimplified. It ignores the diversity of historical, cultural, and political contexts that shape development. Neglects external factors. It underestimates the impact of colonialism, globalization, and international power dynamics. The ugly. Can justify intervention. It has been used to justify Western intervention in the affairs of developing countries, often with disastrous consequences. Blames the victim. It can imply that countries are poor because they are not modern enough, rather than acknowledging structural inequalities and historical injustices. So, where does that leave us? While modernization theory is no longer the dominant paradigm in development, it is still important to understand its historical significance and its ongoing influence. It reminds us that economic growth, technological innovation, and institutional development are important factors to consider. But it also serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of oversimplification, cultural insensitivity, and the uncritical adoption of Western models.